I just need to do it. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption. I was saying that, they come in nearly unlimited variations, and we need to care not only for our body, but also for our mental health, our feelings, and our emotions. And, it's a very common saying, but, very relevant that, what mental health needs is more sunlight, more candor, and more unashamed conversations. Today at the Wireless Connect, our monthly international conference, we have friends from Greece, Bangladesh, Albania, Macedonia, Indonesia, Lebanon, Pakistan, India, collaborating, sharing, deliberating on this highly important topic, which is the need of the moment. Let me introduce our guest of honor for this evening today. A very dear friend of mine, I just love her smile, and there's so much of positivity and radiance that oozes from her. Mrs. Rashmi Chari, she comes with magnificent experience as an educationist, is an educational consultant, a writer, a blogger, but above all, a lovely human being, who believes that, nothing can go wrong when, you appreciate and you smile. And that's what she's been doing. And that's how we became friends and connected. So thank you so much for joining in. A big, big welcome to you. And you can say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Alka, for such a wonderful introduction. I hope I deserve it. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Always love being with you, talking to you, and being a part of your shows.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. It's absolutely amazing to have you here, honestly. Thank you. And now I would like to move over to our distinguished speakers, and say hello to all of them. And I would like them to talk a little bit, say hello to everyone, and just say a little bit about themselves so we get to know them a whole lot better. So I will begin with, whom do I see first on the screen? Yes, hi, Rania. How are you doing? My friend from Greece with the dazzling smile. Hi, dear.
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm very, very excited for today. So, can I start?
No, I want you to first talk about yourself. That will be later.
I will introduce
just a little bit about yourself, maybe for 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Yeah.
Well, I'm an educator, global educator, STEM instructor, and neuroeducation researcher. And currently, I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education and the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation. Also, I'm working on a space company. And I'm trying to promote STEM vision all around the world, involving projects with physics, STEM, and language teaching.
Thank you so much.
I have so far received, 74 awards, and I was elected among the best teachers in the world with a Global Teacher Prize and Global Teacher Award.
Wow,
thank you.
Wonderful.
That's amazing, Rania. Amazing. Such a wonderful thing you've shared with all of us. Amazing. Keep rocking. Keep rocking. And
Thank
next
you.
up, I see my friend. Hello, Asnaha. How are you, darling?
Hello, Miss Alka. Thank you so much for creating this community of like-minded people. Well, my name is Asnaha Fareen, and I'm joining you from Bangladesh, but I'm an Indian. I'm a proud Indian. I work with International Baccalaureate for past 12 years. So I worked in different capacities, started as an educator and now leading an organization as a pedagogical leader. So I work with an international school. Apart from that, not many other things. I love writing, speaking, and that's why I'm here. Good to connect with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was lovely. Absolutely amazing. Lovely. Okay. Keep shining. Next up, I see my friend from Indonesia. Hello, Dr. Mutmenaya. How are you? I just love the fact that you put up the banner and the bag. So sweet.
Hi. Good
Miss
evening
Naraini,
from
can you
Indonesia.
please mute yourself? Miss Naraini, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Yes, just mute yourself.
Namaste. Okay.
Namaste
I
to
have to
you.
say my introduction. Introduction, it means, yes.
Thank you so much and welcome to the Wireless Connect, Ms. Narayani. I know you're from Nepal, so thank you so much for joining
Nepal.
in. Yes.
I live in Kathmandu, Nepal. I am a teacher of secondary level.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Mutminaya, we want to hear you.
Hi, good evening from Indonesia. So happy to see you here in this wonderful event, in this great conference about the mental health. Yeah, we know this is a great topic today because you know Indonesia, some of the school will be opening in the next semester. So this is a very important topic today. Actually, I am lecturer at my university, Universitas Al Azhar Mandar, and also I am in the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. So I think this topic it will be insightful for us today. Thank you to my sister Alka Mahajan for having me today and invite me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we have a warm connect. You know, thank you so much. We are sisters, though we live in different countries, but yes, that is something which I really hold very close to my heart. Thank you so much, Dr. Mutmanaya. Thank you. Yes, and we have our friend from Indonesia, Mr. Fadila. Hello there. Our youth leader and activist. Yes.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Alka. Hello, Dr. Mahinda, my best lecturer from Indonesia. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. And then thank you, Miss Alka. I'm so excited. I'm so proud because I'm being a part of the wonderful conference. I want to talk about the social media mental health in this session. Yes, thank you so much, Miss Alka. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Amazing. All right. I see my friend Vajolika. Vajolika, say hello to everyone from Albania.
Hi, everyone. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Alka. Thank you for making me part of this session. I'm Violta Demay from Albania. I'm a math teacher, and I have 25 years in field of education. I have master teacher grade, and I'm a mentor teacher. So I love my work so much, and my students too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and a big welcome. It's so lovely having you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next up, whom do I see now? Dr. Dragon, can you please come on video? Hello.
Hello. Hello. Thank you, Alka. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Dragan Jovanov, Doctor of Phytomedicine and Agroecology, academician from European Academy of Science, educator and researcher. Thank you.
Thank you, and a big welcome, and thank you. You were also the early ones. So it was so wonderful, so wonderful. Thank you. Hello, Vedrana. Say hello to everyone, my friend from Croatia.
Hello, dear.
How are
you? I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine.
We got a little late. Next time, definitely, it is your show. You have to share your thoughts on the same platform, Vedrana. Next time, mark the date, sometime around the middle of July. So we will definitely have you, for sure.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah. But you can share your thoughts today as well at the end. So please listen to everyone, and you can share your thoughts as well. Thank you.
Okay, dear. Thank you.
Yeah. And yes, hello, Minmaya. You are also from Nepal, and Rashmi is also from Nepal. You know, she was there for a long time. So say hello to everyone, Minmaya. No, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Hello.
You need to unmute.
Okay, sorry. Hello, everyone. Our honorable respected person, our WBBI founder son. I am also country director of WBBI. I am very happy to see you. I am a teacher, and I am very happy to give opportunity our founder Alka Moharjan ma'am. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to know you. You are such a sweet darling. Believe me, that's what you are. So I think the introductions are in place, and we can now begin with our, the talks and the presentations. So I will begin with our very first speaker. They say that, posting less, doing more, comparing less, reflecting more, discussing less, accomplishing more. So we need to understand what we need to do more and what we need to delete from our systems. So basically, the effects of social media on individuals during these kind of times or otherwise as well. I mean, how much is too much or how much is too little? So we have our friend from Indonesia. Oh, I'm so sorry. I had to say Rania. But all right, Rania, is it okay if Fadila speaks for 5 minutes?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. So yes, Fadila, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Alka. I'm so sorry to Ms. Rania. I'm just starting.
It came out of my mouth. I don't know how.
Okay. I want to talking about the social.
You want to share screen?
Yes, I can share screen.
Just a minute. Yeah, now you can do it.
I'm using two devices.
Are you able to do it? Yeah. Yeah, wonderful.
Okay. For the first, I want to introduce myself. I am Fadila Malian Selsa, founder and advisor of North International. I'm the podcaster in Fadila Talk podcast, and then I'm not yacht leader. I want to try to become the yacht leader, and then I change maker and then okay. For the today topic, I can talking about the social media damaging the mental health of teenagers. Okay. For the first, what about social media? Social media permits users to connect to one another to participate in a social network, including friends, other connections, invites, updates, events, and etc. We have 10 use and gratification for using social media. For the first, exactly social interaction. If you're using social media, you're making social interaction. For example, with your friend, with your networking, with your working friends. Yes. For the second, information seeking. For the third, pastime, entertainment, election, communicatory utility, convention utility, expression of opinion, information sharing, and the surveillance of knowledge about others. Okay. However, several studies have indicated that the products of social networking, such as Facebook, may be related to signs and symptoms of depression. In addition, some authors have engaged that certain social networking check activities might be associated with low self-esteem, especially in children and adolescents. 70% of the next age 12 to 17 use social media. It is bad. 70% of the nest eggs 12 to 17 use social media. Okay. Okay. I have Elizabeth Penn say, teens who are on social media for more than 2 hours a day report poor self-esteem, mental health, physiological stress, physical interaction, or unmet need for mental health support. This is I get the data in Ontario student. Percentage of Ontario students in grade 7 and 12 rating their mental health as according to daily use of social media. 11% no use or not daily, 10% using social media in 1 hour, 30% 2 and 4 hours using media social, and then 28% more than 5 hours using social media per day. Okay, what is social media? One, media multitasking. Media multitasking involves using one form of media in conjunction with another. Young individuals incorporate media shopping into everyday daily activities, and they do so while using multiple devices at once. Okay. People who juggle multiple devices have a lower defense of glycogen in the anxiety correct a region of the brain involved computers emotional processing. Media use at night, damaging sleep and increasing rise of anxiety and depression. Teenagers spoke about the pressure they feel to make themselves available 24 or 7 and the resulting anxiety if they did not respond immediately to text and or post. Teens are so emotional invested in social media that a fifth of secondary school schools will wake up at night to long on, just to make sure they don't miss out. Okay. Susan Krasinski can say the growing time spent on the internet is driven by the growing number of connected devices we have with us all the time. Okay, this is factor. Why is heavy use of social media associated with worse mental health? Three factors at play. One, heavy usage may influence important aspects of physical health, which in turn affect mental health. Heavy use of social media often remains them in a chair, shut up in the room, their screen. They sometimes mean that they are skipping meals or saying scenery for exercise periods of time. This is warning gift that regular exercise and a healthy day are both linked to good mental health. Okay, two. Risk as offset how that passive also can imagine my even for mental health. First issue ever to quality of self also there people social media professionals and STEM teachers. So just how that just lead students and respond which no serve as sorry. Okay. The three active use of social media had been linked to poor mental health. Active users refer to the practice of regularly posting picture, video, status updates, comment, or posts. In doing so, many young people engage in strenuous impression management, filtering related with the purpose of seeking the approval or admiration of others. This can be very damaging to a young person's self-esteem if posts and photos receive few likes or comments. The whole process may lead young people to question their value over others, resulting in unhealthy self-scrutiny of body image, physical appearance, and general lifestyle. This leads to self-doubt and self-loathing. Okay, should parents just throw away their cell phone and lock up their laptops? we're communicating, but we're not communicating deeply. That's the disconnect. Okay. This is the combination and normal adolescent development risk as challenge for today's parents. Okay. In nation of this issue in harming the physical and emotional well-being of young people in this country. So what are we waiting for? Okay. I think this is worksheet is okay. Thank you for thank you, Miss Alka. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Fadila. I do think that, you know, can you stop sharing screen, please?
Okay, okay.
Oh, you have something more? Okay. Thank you. Well, I think the points that you actually raised, the concerns that you raised do make a lot of sense because, see, social media has a lot of advantages, you know. You can connect to your friends all over the globe. But again, at the same time, there is a word known as moderation, you know, there is a word known as balance. And sometimes we forget about this completely. And when we forget about this word completely and our youngsters, teenagers, or even, you know, friends, they start using too much of social media. And, you know, they're always on it, you know, in this kind of a hope that, you know, they should not miss out on anything. Then it means that they have some kind of a low self-esteem. They're suffering maybe, you know, or they have some kind of a, they feel that they're not good enough. And that is when depression sets in. That is when depression sets in, which happens to be our speakers, our distinguished speakers' next topic. We will have Miss Asnaha speak on depression. So Asnaha, you can start and you can tell us how, you know, depression affects the mental health of an individual.
Thank you so much, Ms. Alka, for setting the context, and I would like to thank the previous speaker, Fadila. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Well, I have already introduced myself, so there's nothing much to introduce, but I'll just say that I'm a lifelong learner, and that's why I'm here, and I'm happy to be a part of this learning community, the beautiful you know, I'm so delighted to be here. Well, I would love to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to the lady behind the show. It's so good to say the lady behind the show. So to Ms. Alka Mahajan for bringing this, you know, relevant and relatable topic of mental health to the table. But I'm highly honored to share this space with great speakers, eminent personalities from around the globe. Well, I have chosen to speak about depression because I believe that this is the macro, you know, problem which is prevailing in the world and which is often misunderstood as thoda sa tension tha, but that thoda sa tension will, you know, will further build up and impacts our life. So why I said that it is a very relative topic, because I belong to India. And there is something which I do not want to share being an Indian, but I should say, fact is fact. India has the second highest suicide mortality rate. When I say this, what is the reason behind? What must be the cause which has ended up such a disastrous result? That a person made up his mind to end the most beautiful thing in the life. What is the most beautiful thing in the life? The life itself, a treasure, and the person has ended it. So the root cause behind this is depression. While Russia tops the list of countries in terms of suicide, and I hope things will be better soon, and we really don't want to be in this chart anymore. So well, when I see the definition of depression in the Cambridge dictionary, it is being described as the state of feeling very unhappy and without hope for the future. You must have observed two keywords, very unhappy and without hope for future. So one thing is extreme level of unhappiness. The second thing is without hope. So what do we do when, you know, we need to create an antidote? we find up, a substance which can lead to counter interact the effect of that poison or whatever it is. So when we see these two keywords, unhappy and lack of hope, what can we do? So I have devised a simple formula. Those simple little thing works well for me. I want to make my life simple. So the simple formula is H2O. So you must be thinking about water. So yes, we need to have plenty of water to stay hydrated. But here H2O is have happiness in your life. Do not associate your happiness with the external factors. The happiness is within and can be felt all the time. The biggest, thing that we have with us is our life. There is nothing, if you have life, if you are alive, you can achieve anything. The second thing is hope. Have hope in yourself, then only you can bring hope in others' life, because we cannot pour from an empty vessel. The third thing, H2O, I said, the O is being optimistic. Optimism is very, very essential. Your today is not indicative of your tomorrow. You cannot decide that today is a bad day and my entire life will be bad. Not practical, isn't it? So the natural antidepressant is H2O. So what are the little things that we can do? I'm not a psychiatrist. I have very nicely introduced myself that I'm an educator, but I'm into mental health because I believe a healthy, mind live in a healthy body, and vice versa. If you do not have, a peaceful mind, then you cannot expect teachers to teach well and learners to learn well, right? We are not machines, we are human beings, but all our parts should be set right, right? So I'm working on mental well-being and mental health a lot. We are consistently practicing mindfulness. We are working on social and emotional well-being through various ways. So we started last year with a counselor. We have only one counselor. So the challenge for me was to maintain that ratio. The ratio was not healthy, one person, so many students. So what did we do? We trained our teachers, and now it is quite practical because teacher can take care of their class with well-informed, information. So there are a few simple things that I can suggest, which I'm doing. So get in a routine. If you're depressed, you need a routine. This is a very practical advice from a psychiatrist. And another thing, what we can do is to get ourselves active. So simple little things. When I say active, it means regular exercises. It is very important. It can be as simple as going for a walk. Another thing which I experienced, I recently gained a lot of weight because during the lockdown I was eating, because it was not easy for me to just bring my office to my home, and lot many things were happening, and I think I was a little depressed. So I was eating a lot, and all of a sudden when I 5 kgs. So exercise is important. The third thing, be watchful at your eating habits. This is very important. Do I have time, Miss Alka? Can I carry on?
Yeah, please.
The fourth thing is get enough. Thank you. Get enough sleep. Sleep is very, very important. If you're not sleeping well, you're not living well. This is one more thing I would like to add on. And a depressive person should understand that our life is a sky and depression is just a dark cloud. So ultimately the sky is larger than the cloud, and its sky is gonna be existing. So the dark cloud has to go. 2 books that I would love to suggest, which I brought in my library. I had a dog that is there on WHO as well. I had a dog and his name is Depression. And another one is Living with a Black Dog. So the first one is for people, those who are going through depression. And the second one is for caregivers, because it doesn't impact an individual, it impacts the entire community. So if we are giving care to a person who is going through depression, we need to know what are the exact steps. Another thing that I would like to say, if I have time, if time allows me, that the other day I was watching a very beautiful video that made me think about depression. And it was a small story. A girl came to her mother and she said that life is full of miseries, adversities, and I'm just giving up. Life is not good at all and it is full of problems. Mother smiled and said that, yes, it's really difficult. Come to me in the kitchen. And she was like, what is this? I was explaining about my problems, and instead of listening to me, giving an ear to me, she was telling me, let's come to the kitchen. She put 3 pots on the stove, and then she put in one stove carrot, in another stove she put egg, and in the third stove in pot she put coffee. So, and then again the girl was clueless, and she was thinking, what's happening? By the way, after 20 minutes, the mother asked that, did you observe what are the changes in these 3 pots? She said, yes. She said, closely observe it. The carrot turned softer. Then she said, okay, go to the second pot, remove the shell of the egg and observe what has happened. The egg become, little hardened, not little hardened, more hardened as compared to was in a semi-liquidy phase. And then the third thing, what happened to the coffee? Actually, the coffee give aroma, color. And then she said that, what do you want to be? She thought for a while and then she said, I want to be coffee, because unless factors deciding about our life, we need to give our flavor, our aroma, our strength to the environment. And turning obstacles into opportunities is not difficult. We all do it. We need to do more, and less is more. So have those baby steps in your life and keep conquering the phobia of depression. Saying this, I'll say thank you so much.
Wonderfully articulated, expressed, and there was a lot of passion and energy in what you conveyed, and your simple formula really touched my heart. I do agree with you, and your thoughts resonate, because when you say that happiness is an inside job, I do think so. It's all from within. If you are happy from within, you know that will emanate from your face. And again, for the learners, if you are happy, you'll be able to create a joyful learning experience for the learners. But if you are cribbing, and if you are irritated because of little nitty-gritties at the workplace, then there's no fun. There's absolutely no fun. You need to spread happiness. You need to remember these little things. And your take on that obesity part, you're right, because when one puts on weight, one starts to get into that depression mode. So then you start thinking that you have to do something. So if you're doing something, and even if you're not losing weight, you still feel happy because you know that you're doing something, you're exercising. So yes, it's a little bit about discipline, and it's actually talking to our mind. If we let something else control us, external influences control us, then we lose our self-worth. But like you said, if we take a charge of our lives, then definitely we will be able to achieve and go towards whatever it is that we want to. So that was very well said, very nicely put, and you spoke very well. So congratulations and thank you so much. Wonderful to have you. And now moving on to our next speaker. So they say that living with anxiety is like being followed by a voice. So it knows all your insecurities and uses them against you. So it goes to the point, when it's the louder voice in the room and the only voice that you can hear, the voice of anxiety. So for this, we have my friend from Greece, Rania. She will be talking to us about anxiety disorders. Yes, Rania, welcome. The stage is yours. The virtual stage is yours.
Again from Greece. I'm very, very honored to participate today in this so significant and meaningful event, because we know, according to recent research, children during the COVID pandemic are suffering from serious mental health disorders, such as anxiety, stress, post-traumatic stress, suicide, and many other problems. So I think it's a hot issue. Well, I chose the topic of anxiety because me too, I have been suffering from chronic anxiety since I was a child. So I have done an advanced research on this topic. Actually, fear is a natural and valuable emotion in general. It has great survival value for human beings and prepares to fight for survival or run away quickly from a threat. But too much fear in the form of chronic anxiety is incredibly painful. And anxiety is prolonged fear that persists in the absence of a real threat. After a threat is over, during situations that aren't actually very dangerous or before a potential threat in the future. When anxiety becomes chronic and dominates your life, it morphs into an anxiety disorder. And when is my anxiety harmful? Identifying what sort of anxiety you're dealing with can be somehow challenging because how your body reacts to perceived danger can be entirely different compared to another person. 6 commonly diagnosed anxiety disorders are generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive, panic disorder, specific phobia, and post-traumatic stress disorder. And what are some triggers about it? Some causes: stressful job or work environment, genetics, anxiety could run in your family, side effects of certain medications, trauma, phobias such as agoraphobia, or some chronic illnesses such as heart disease or diabetes or asthma, chronic pain, caffeine, or withdrawal from drugs or other medications. So chronic anxiety, I'm suffering from this. It's like having an alarm sound in your mind and body that won't turn off, and it just keeps ringing and warning you of danger. Everyone has a hardware alarm system designed for survival, of course, because it helps us survive by mobilizing us to deal with threats. And here I want to say that there are 4 steps in this alarm response. First of all, it's the perception of threat, the alarm sounds, the appraisal of threat. You assess how serious the danger is and whether you have the resources to cope. And there, here we have physiological, emotional responses. And behavioral response, you do something to feel safer, such as avoiding the threat or postpone the threat until later. Perception of threat, there are 3 kinds of threats that we are always alert for. The first is always external. That means that it could be a physical injury, the loss of job, livelihood, or a possible rejection. An internal threat, the second part, the second kind, and this could be a danger, a rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and light threatening. And the third type of threat is what we call phobia, is a condition threat. That means an object, a situation, or even an internal experience that it's not very dangerous itself, but has become associated with the expectation of harm. And this process, based on classical conditions, is how phobias are formed. So the first step we can do, it's actually the diagnosis. Meaning we can begin to do an inventory of our feared situations, our level of distress for each one of us, and which of several safety behaviors we tend to use. If we, for example, we use avoiding what makes us anxious, or we seek reassurance from others, or we prefer distraction, or we list making to avoid forgetting and uncertainty, checking or double checking, using drugs or alcohol. But according to research, so far, cognitive behavioral therapy is the most effective anxiety treatment because it works better than drugs, psychoanalysis, hypnosis, and all the other ways that we have tried to treat anxiety over the years. And there are two basic cognitive behavioral therapy treatments that have emerged, what we call coping and what we call exposure. Coping means is changing how you think, evaluating threats more accurately, and building confidence in your ability to handle a threat so that you are gradually less afraid. The other one is exposure. That means is when you purposefully experience what you are afraid of and disproving your dire predictions of disaster until your fear naturally subsides. And the most recent data show that both approaches help, but exposure can work faster and results in larger, longer lasting reductions in anxiety. So according to this approach of coping with exposure, it's important to approach fearful situation with the right attitude. And if you begin with the right attitude, then you can utilize appropriate techniques that become more easier. For example, you can accept bodily symptoms of anxiety recall. That means you can face your symptoms, accept your body's reaction, float with the wave of anxiety, and allow time to pass. Because acceptance of the bodily symptoms of anxiety is the first thing you need to do when anxiety comes up, whether it's spontaneous or in a phobic situation. It's an attitude that you can learn and cultivate. According also to this perspective, it's important to stay grounded in the present. That means that the more you stay grounded in your body in the present moment, the less you will be carried away by such thoughts. So during the phase of exposure, abdominal breathing is an excellent way to stay grounded in the body. Breathing is a process that is centered in your body rather than your mind. And you should always have in mind that there is no state of anxiety that is permanent. It always passes because the body usually metabolizes excess adrenaline in 5 to 10 minutes. So the worst degree of panic you might ever experience is not likely to last beyond this. Sooner or later, whatever you have constructed in your mind as threatening disappears because your mind stops focusing on it and moves on to something else. So what we understand is that if you are anxious about something, you're already beginning exposure to it. And because you cannot overcome anxiety to a phobic situation without first feeling it in the situation to some extent. This path, the path out of anxiety, starts with directly experiencing it. If you know this, facing what you fear becomes easier. And also something else important, that anxiety is based on the projection of frightening outcomes in the face of something not fully known. That means once something becomes fully known and familiar, it loses its ability to evoke fear. And exposure always works with practice. There are also some other techniques, of course, the simple techniques that we can find easily, such as deep breathing, practice focused, how we can question our thought pattern. Negative thoughts can take root in our mind and distort the severity of situation. We can use aromatherapy also, go for a walk or practice yoga or write down our thoughts. And we have also long-term strategies for coping with anxiety, how to identify and learn to manage our triggers, and adopt, have a daily routine meditation, and also keep our body and mind healthy. What I want to say is that something from my experience is that is what you previously said, that if you are well inside, everything is manageable. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much. I loved your take on the different phobias and you linking it to the fact that, you know, at the end of it, it is only your own attitude and the way you react or respond to situations that actually can, you know, help you control these anxiety attacks or anxiety pangs. Because, you know, extreme behaviors, as you said, if somebody is very happy, that also, you know, sometimes you don't know how to express yourself. So you get anxious. And similarly, when somebody is not so happy, again, the person gets anxious. So we need to understand our own systems. We need to try to understand the kind of phobias that we have and adopt an approach that will definitely dispel these kind of attacks. And again, it all boils down to discipline. It boils down to what you were saying, like yoga, meditation. I think these things really do help. And deep breathing, I would just add that to it. Deep breathing is something that really helps and composes a person well, especially in the current times. So thank you so much, Rania. That was wonderful. And I'm sure everybody's noting down points. They might have something to ask you at the end of it. So let's see. All right. Thank you. You want to say something?
Narani ma'am is waiting room. Narani ma'am is waiting room. Please check it.
Nobody is there in the waiting room. Nobody's there in the waiting room.
He wants to.
I left now. I wanted to join from the laptop, so I waited and I messaged you also. I sent to you, but you haven't seen here. Because of that, I left. And while, thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next speaker now. They say that the psychotic drowns in the same waters in which the mystic swims with delight. How do psychotic problems lead to mental health problems? We now have Dr. Dragan's presentation on the influence of active substances from herbal plants in neurological diseases. So that's Dr. Dragan for all of you, the very handsome gentleman from North Macedonia.
Thank you, Alka. Hello, everyone. Thanks you for the honor of being part of the conference. I'm talking about influence of active substance from herbal plants in neurological diseases. Your nervous system make up the brain, the spinal cord, and all the nerve endings in your body. This system constantly supports the basic function of the life, including the work of the heart, breathing, movement, memory, and cognitive functioning. The proper functioning on your nervous system relies on a number of factors, including the nutrients obtained from the diet and active substances from the herbal plants. Consuming essential minerals and vitamins and consuming herbs or herbal preparation can help keep your nervous system normal. Nervous system problems affect your central peripheral nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves. There are numerous problems with the nervous system, such as dementia, Parkinson's, migraine, epilepsy, trigeminal neuralgia, multiple sclerosis, restless legs syndrome, and others. The active substance of herbal plants and certain vitamins and minerals can help with neurological diseases. Before starting any medication or vitamin therapy, talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of your illness. How to improve general psychophysical health in neurological diseases, regular control, change the attitude towards the status of your neurological defects, spiritual, psychological work on oneself, increasing self-confidence, in crisis and reaction at home, clean air, consumption of food and herbal plants that stimulate the work of the nervous system, consumption of natural herbal preparation, balanced diet, organic diet, herbal plants for neurological diseases. Valerian is the best known for its calming effect, and many do not know that this herbal plant actually has a much wider application. Although valerian root is especially recommended for relieving nervous tension, anxiety, irritability, and against insomnia. It gives extremely good results in insomnia caused by stress. As for other nervous diseases, it's helped with nervous hedges, hypochondria and hysteria. Valerian also suits the intestinal heartbeat associated with a feeling of heaviness in the chest and fear. Valerian relieves migraines and relax muscle and stomach cramps. Herb turmeric destroys accumulated amyloidosis in the brain. It stimulates the production of glutathione, which is an essential antioxidant for brain health. Helps balance serotonin, dopamine, glutamine, and others. Works well for depression and anxiety, improves memory, improves the work of the heart, cleans blood vessels, improves circulation, acts as a better antagonist of oxygen in the brain, strengthens bones and is an excellent prevention of osteoporosis, reduces pain, regenerates joint and reduce inflammation in arthritis, reduce the feeling of bloating in the abdomen, great fights against bacterial and fungal infections, positively affects the skin and all skin diseases, eliminates intestinal parasites and intestinal flora, helps to lose weight, accelerates metabolism and improves digestion, strengthens the immune system. Chamomile, herb chamomile, it has a mild sedative effect, reduce anxiety, stress, and tension. So it's recommended to drink chamomile tea before bed because it reduces restlessness, has a beneficial effect on peaceful sleep, which is good for people who have insomnia. Stimulates digestion, mild analgesic against menstrual pain, nurses problem skin, relax muscles, improve sleep function. Chamomile is used to reduce skin irritation, rashes, swelling, then to rheumatism gout, as well as for the care of cracked and dry skin. Herb ginkgo biloba increases energy, strengthens the immune system, strengthens memory, improves brain function, used to reduce migraine, asthma, allergies, works well for Alzheimer and dementia, cardiovascular diseases, boozing in theirs, with impaired vision and hearing with age, dizziness, improving brain function. It is useful for diabetes, vitamins and minerals that help with neurological diseases. Potassium, the mineral potassium helps the proper function of the nervous system, regulates nerves impulses. Potassium plays an important role in electrochemical impulses where nerve cells use them to transmit signals across cells. Calcium, the mineral calcium plays a role in regulating the action potential of nerve cells in your brain and throughout the body. Calcium helps cells initiate action potential and thus helps them return to a normal position after the signal is propagated. Vitamin B12, one of essential vitamins that help the nervous system to function normally. It's help break down complex carbohydrates into glucose, sugar that your brain uses as fuel to help in function properly. Vitamin B12 also supports the functioning of the nervous system by helping to maintain healthy myelin and insulator that enables nerve transmissions. Vitamin B reduces stress, gives energy, and makes the nerves function better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was trying to lap up all that information that you were just now saying. And, you know, it is quite surprising that sometimes we take it for granted that things that we find in our kitchen, which are herbs, and the fact that you were talking about organic food, we just take them for granted at times. But, you know, they are, you know, the answer to many of our neurological problems. That is, if we have any. And it's quite amazing what all these herbs and all these kind of food elements that you've been talking about. And you also mentioned some teas, and that's one of my favorites, having different type of teas at different moments. I think that is an amazing mood elevator and uplifter. So thank you so much, Dr. Dragon. It was wonderful hearing you and listening to your thoughts. I mean, this was the first time we're sharing a platform like this, and I really enjoyed myself, and I'm sure the others did as well. Well, now moving on to our next speaker. They say that every day in 100 small ways, our children, you know, they ask us questions like, do you see me? Do you hear me? Do I matter to you? Their behavior often reflects our response. The importance of mental health education in schools. We now have our friend, my sister from Indonesia, Dr. Muthmanaya, sharing her thoughts on this topic. Over to you, sister.
Thank you very much. And again, good evening from Indonesia. Well, I want to say thank you very much to the Alka, my sister Alka Malhajan, to invite me and having me today, and also the CHILPAR team behind this wonderful event. So thank you to all of the keynote speakers, the guest speakers that attending in this conference. Well, I want to share my screen. I know I have time, 7 minutes to share to you about the mental health in education. So allow me to share my screen. I hope it is visible to you.
Yeah, we can see it very clearly.
Okay, with me. Okay, this is my a little bit my profile. I am educator. I am lecturer in the higher education or university. This is some of my position in international and national organization. I am also a researcher, and also, yeah, you know, this is some of my article, my research identity here. I'm from Indonesia. So my topic today, I want to share to you about the importance of mental health education in school. Why I choose my topic today? This is because of, you know, in Indonesia, in our country, in next semester, the school will be open again. And then it will be, yeah, you know, face-to-face again, like before COVID-19. So the mental health right now is happening because, you know, in education right now, because almost 1 year, 1 year half, the student, they are in the homeschooling. Actually, this is like homeschooling in education. They are actually familiar by using the technology or something like that. So, well, when they are come back into the school, what is really happened? Because, you know, interaction in the virtual and face-to-face, this is a very different condition. So let me show to you about the mental health. And I totally agree with the guest speaker before me that talking about the mental health from many aspects. And also let me show to you about in education. What is this is actually in education, why this is the very important, the mental health. You know that education, this is the holistic process, not only about the transfer knowledge, our responsibility in the school, this is done. Yeah, in education, we must facilitate our students to develop in their character, the value, the attitude, and the behavior. Also, this is actually, we are talking about emotional intelligence in education and the psychology in teaching. So, well, you know that in school, we understanding that every student, they are unique. They are have different condition each other. So as educators, we must understanding and we cannot be identify their condition before we are starting our teaching and learning activities. So this is actually some one of the theory about the mental health, not only about this is the factor, but maybe this is covered with the economy condition. So well, yeah, this is based on the data. I want to share to you about the mental health right now, the condition in the academic. You know that most of some of the students actually they are under stress when they are in the classroom, and then the teacher only they are monotone in the teaching and learning activities. So this is how we are right now cover and then motivate our student to engagement in our classroom actually. So well, this is not easy. And you know that this is based on the national survey. This is about 50% of the young people or youth. This is they are have experience in mental health. Mostly in school, this is about a bullying. And in education, in curriculum, actually we must you know that we must amend that about the mental health in our curriculum. So this is this is namely I shared to you about 5T strategies for school to consider their education, join the movement to promote and support a student mental health for the next new normal. So this is 5T. 5T, this is about talking about mental health, providing appropriate training for teacher and staff, incorporating mental health into teaching, providing helpful tools for students, taking care of teacher. Why this is a very important? Why this is 5T very important for mental health in education? Let me share to you about talking. You know, some of the students they don't maybe they are shy to talk about their problem. That's why this is some of the mental health. This is identify the mental health. So as educator, we must understanding, and then we must identify actually the student character. They are in mental health or they are not in mental health. Actually, it will be we can identify them when they are in the classroom. So the next, this is not only talking about student and mental health condition, how the student can share their condition to the educator. And also we need to right now to facilitate our educator, our teacher with the training about how they can be as counselor counselor for this mental health condition in their school or in their classroom. And also in teaching we need to, this is about the integrated, this is the mental health, this is the to student, I mean that in the classroom. And maybe for example, we can identify that, you know, every student, they are unique. And then about the tools, the next T, this is about the tool for student. This is as the counselor, and then educator might consider of the mental building a tool like mindfulness, relaxation techniques like yoga, for example, physical exercise in the before we are start our learning and teaching process. Maybe this is take 5 until 10 minutes. And then give them about the visual art, theater, or music, or listening to the music before start our activities in the classroom. For example, we can singing together, we can playing together, and then maybe we can give them classical music classic, like Mozart, for example, or Beethoven. And taking care of a teacher, why this is very important. This is for the next T about, because you know, teacher also have mental health. In Indonesia, maybe the effect of the totally educator here, mostly they are stressed about the administration in the school. And the next about the health focus to take caring about this, Dr. Dragan says this is very important. Social emotion, this is come back again. We must have a positive thinking, and then connected relationship skill and social work. So this is some of the example of the random activities of the action that maybe to train your mental health for your student. This is some of the example I'm taking here. So for example, like in daily in activities day by day, this is, you can ask your student to write their kindness act, kind act. And also, for example, here that they can make a list of the thing that like about their body. For example, compliment 5 strangers and 5 people you care about, pick up trash on the street or at a park, and many activities, kindness activities for train our mental health. So this is for the conclusion. The positive mental health, actually, this is allow us to to realize our potential, and also this is you know, this is we can manage our stress. We can be work productively, make meaningful contribution to our community. And the next, this is the way to maintain positive mental health, like getting professional help. Maybe this is like a doctor or a student can talk to their teacher. And we can connect it with other, like today, this is a positive activities. This is in the international conference, we are talking and staring together. This is one of the positive activities. And also the last, this is the mental health is more than absence of the mental illness. This is include about our emotion. So actually how we manage our emotion, our psychology, and also this is we gonna be positive to in our life. So this is for my closing today about the mental health. This is some of the quote. If you take care of your mind, you take care of the world. And the mental health is not a destination. This is the process. the process, yeah, related again to the education sector. This is the process about how we can facilitate our young generation with the train them to have a good character, value, behavior, and attitude. And also nothing in this world can torment you as much as your own thoughts. So be a positive thinking. So thank you for listening to me and having me today. Good night from Indonesia. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Dr. Mutmanaya. My sister, you gave a very nice picture about the entire concept and your activities that you know, something which is very doable. The fact that you said that every individual is unique and we must understand their strengths and we must, you know, enhance those strengths, you know, when we meet those people. So complimenting people, appreciating, you know, acts of thankfulness, acts of gratitude. I think this goes a long way in, you know, good, fulfilling human relationships and human bonds. And once these things are happening and we're all collective and we're all together and good bonds are there, I don't think these problems of mental health come, because these problems come when one feels, you know, upset, when one feels that there is nobody in the world but him and he or she is suffering. So if they have someone to talk to and if everything is going on well in their life, I think a lot of problems can, you know, be stopped. And of course, you mentioned about music being a great mood uplifter. This is one of my favorite things that you mentioned. And I surely think it is, because it's a universal language of love and brings a smile on everyone's face. So thank you for that wonderful talk. And very well spoken. The slides were beautiful. Thank you. So now going on to our next speaker, you know, there are wounds that never show on the body that are deeper and more hurtful than anything that bleeds. How does one overcome depressive states? We have our friend from Albania, Vajolka, to, you know, throw some more light on this aspect of mental health. Hello, Vajolka. It's your
Hi,
show
everyone.
now.
Here I am again here.
Yes.
So I'm going to speak about the depression. Everybody knows that depression is classified as a mode of disorder. It may be described as feelings of sadness, loss, or anger that interfere with a person's everyday activities. Conditions that get worse due to depressions include arthritis, asthma, so these are some of cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, or obesity. But for everyone, it's important to realize that feeling down at times is a normal part of our life. Somebody sometimes feel like this. Sad and upsetting events happen to everyone. But if we are feeling down or hopeless, then there is a regular basis, then we are going to be dealing with depression. Depression can be more than a constant sadness or feeling blue. Major depression can cause a variety of symptoms. Some of them affect our mood and others affect our body. Mood, for example, such as anger, irritability, restlessness, aggressiveness, or emotional well-being, such as feeling empty, sad, hopeless. Behavior such as loss of interest, no longer finding pleasure in favorite activities that a person have done before, now it don't like to do again. Feeling tired, sometimes thoughts of suicide. Connectivity abilities, such as inability to concentrate, difficulty completing tasks, or another form is sleep turns, such as insomnia, restless sleep, sleepiness. But you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm a teacher. And in this moment, I like to talk something about the students, how they feel, if you give the permission. Being a teacher never stopped me to know how important is the mental health for everyone, including my students. So a good teacher must understand his students by looking them in their eyes or observing their actions or analyzing their words. In fact, my students, I have the students in teenager, they have 15, 16 years old. So in this age, there are the first signs of depression are present due to various reasons and problems. For example, if somebody says a word without thinking, or giving to someone else a strange look, or unwanted note that somebody can have, or a broken friendship, cause or leads them to depression. So leaves the students to depression. So we can notice that they fall from lessons. They don't want to learn more. They don't like to do the activities they have done before. So nothing impressed them as before, and they don't want to perform things that have performed before. And in this point, I can say that they have a pronounced decline of humor, or they don't have confidence in their strengths and in their work. Sometimes they can communicate or speak in loud voice, or creating and engaging unreasonable debates, which sometimes degrade into unpleasant situation, or sometimes aggravations, and gearing their own lives and their friends too. So sometimes they think that everything is gray. They see the life gray. But, these are the things that we as a teacher, so I mean myself and the other who are teachers here in this session, is our duty to notice everything in our students. We must listen to them. We have to live with their problem, helping them to solve, being part, being their people of confidence, or that they can express themselves or tell us about the problems they have. And is our duty to help them overcome these problems and difficulties without aggravating the situation. We have to help them understanding that life is very beautiful and is very precious. And it has to live with all the colors that life has, not only the gray. We have to teach them never give up. And we have to lead them how to overcome those obstacles and difficulties that are in face of them. So it's important for everyone to know that mental health is very important. We have to be and to do the best for our students, to go to give them strength and confidence, and to move forward side by side, we and our students too. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was lovely. And especially those parts. Yes.
I felt that, and I said, as I live in my school and with my students, I'm a person that they can confidence their problems, not only in school, but of their families. So I'm going to do the best for my students. I don't know if I have done. Never say is enough, but I'm going to.
So
thank you very much.
Learning that is carried out by school.
Thank you very much
for
hearing me.
Students' cognitive development.
Hello. Who's this? Somebody want to say something? All right, Vijolika, that was wonderful. And the fact that you have given a lot of emphasis on understanding the needs of our young learners. I mean, we need to observe, we need to be patient, we need to actually believe in the power of communication and listening therapy. This is something that, because we are so, we have a lot of work to do and we feel that there's no time to listen. But this is something that we really let go of. And I think that all of us as individuals, not only for our young learners, but for one another as friends, we need to listen to one another. We need to, at times, somebody just wants to share something, and maybe by just sharing something, the person releases a lot of their tensions. This is something we need to understand. Once we start understanding this, appreciating more, having acts of gratitude, I think the world, and I'm sure all of you will believe in this, that the world will become a much beautiful place to live in. It's definitely going to be heal the world, make it a better place to live in. And, that's what we are aiming towards. And if we have such strong values and systems in place, I'm sure that day won't be far, when we can actually achieve it. So thank you so much, Vijolika. That was lovely. And you said it from the heart. I could feel it coming out from the heart, because that's the way. You probably have experienced it all, because you were saying it with such a lot of depth and such a lot of feelings. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next up, do we have our young student leader from Pakistan? Maybe you would like to say something for 2 minutes. Sapna, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
All right, so Sapna, throw some lights and then we can have 1 or 2 from our audience speaking. So say something for 2-3 minutes. Yeah. What do you feel?
Yes,
as a youth leader, as a youth, how do you feel that mental health can be tackled?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I wish you good health day, a very wonderful and informative day, as we are in wonderful session. And it's really important topic about our mental health, because we are by our mental health. If we are alive and if I am talking consciously because of my mental health. So mental health is the condition of well-being. how we feel, how we talk, how we think, how we act. It's all about our actions. And this can be, I want to talk about something like a change and change. When our mental health disturbed, it's all because of change. Some change comes in our life. Like in the first wave of COVID, we suffer from COVID. So it was like a change. We never become before in quarantine or curfew. So that's why a change comes, and most of the people feel disturbance in their mental health. So this one thing, and we should take steps. If that was a change, we should convert change. We should convert change in chance. If that was a chance, we should convert change in chance. This is chance for us. We should grab this chance, and we should take steps for our mental health. Once I was filling application, there was an option like, do you take steps to for the peace of your mentality? And I confidently said yes. I take steps for my for the peace of my mentality, because when I feel sad or any irregular feelings, I try to become happy. I take steps to make better feel myself. So this is the struggle, not only for the education struggle, say, or any other wars are the war, but to war against ourselves, against our health, against our mentality. This is also a war. We should be conscious and aware for our mental health. Like in the previous speeches, many speakers give like a majority authenticity to the positivism, optimism. That I really liked it so much. They give greatest, and they make greatest factor of positivism. Like we should be optimistic, and so we should avoid negative thoughts. Not I'm talking about myself, but we all have to do this. Otherwise, we will be like hunted by bad things, by non-living things, by things those who don't exist. Our like negative thoughts don't exist, but we give them chance. We give them chance to hunt us. Why? So we should not do this. And so before few moments, I was capturing video by my siblings, like pick my mobile and make my video. So they were feeling irritation. Why you again and again saying us that make my video? So I said them, if you feel irritated, so you will irritate. If you will enjoy it by making my video, you will enjoy. So and that is also example for me. We should enjoy things, not to make bad for our lives, our thinking powers. So this is all, and thank you very much, Alaf. And I'm not good in English, but I tried my best, and thank you very much, Ma'am Alka, for providing me such great opportunity. Thank you very much, all.
No, Sapna, you were absolutely wonderful. You spoke from the heart, and there's nothing like I don't know how to speak. You, at least, you were able to hold us. It was very gripping. And that example that you were talking about, your siblings were making a video about you and they were getting irritated. That says a lot about mental health and our state. It's all about mind games. It's all about controlling our mind. If we allow others to control us, then we will get controlled. But if we take full charge of our mind, then we will not have those kind of, negative experiences. And the other thing is that if we enjoy what we do, like you said, if we enjoy it, then everything seems very good. Everything seems like a learning experience. And we are all life learners. And you are still studying.
Thank you. I want to say something like in here, especially in Pakistan, if I talk about youth, there are so many factors about youth. If they feel sad, they listen sad music. Also, they are already sad and they are getting sad music. So that is not the solution. That is not the solution of things. We know that music is the reflection. Music is the reflection. If we hear good things, then they touch our soul. Music touch our soul. If we hear music like ghazal and that are very full of touchful things and sadness, so we feel sadness. This is not all, and they must have to
I think Sapna's video has frozen.
They must have to take steps like going to sea view. There we feel good on sea view. We feel good, and there are also so many gardens. Love with flowers, giving water to animals, and love animals. We can put water for the thirsty birds. This is also an act of kindness and a new thinking. And we should illuminate a lamp for the purpose of introspection. Introspection is to understand ourselves. If we can't understand ourselves, we can never think of any other thing. So these are the things, and I wrote a short write-up like think positive and spirit positivity. So these are the words from my write-up. Like you should give water to thirsty birds and love animals, and illuminate a lamp for the purpose of introspection. Thank you.
Thank you, Sapna. Very well said. And it was actually the way you were saying it. I mean, I could sense your energy, and I could sense the fact that you meant whatever you were saying. So that was beautiful. I mean, I have received so many requests from many. I could just give you one minute, because we have our guest of honor. She needs to, give us a viewpoint of what all we have shared. And we have one surprise, and we just have about 10 minutes. So if I allow you, Vedrana, my friend, you wanted to say something, but if you could be very brief, then yes, please go ahead.
Yes, hello everyone. Can I share my screen, please?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Is it visible? I think yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's about music for relaxation in the prevention of the negative influence of stress and anxiety control, improving sleep. The effects of music on health. Listening to music for relaxation before a stressful task reduce the adverse response to stress in a psychological sentence. Daily use of music before bed improves sleep quality. What music causes relaxation? Instrumental music is recommended because music with lyrics evokes association that can interfere with the relaxation process. Classical music has a high degree of repetition, a melody that is easy to remember, harmonious melody strings, which is otherwise perceived as pleasant, quiet without major jumps in rhythm and volume, instrumental without words show the favorable effects to health. how to choose how to choose music that relaxes. The most important thing is to be guided by your own musical taste when choosing relaxing music. Choose music that has a calming effect on you and that you like. Music that calms and encourages sleep. Listen 13 to 60 minutes before bed. This is one example. Relaxing, partially soothing and encouraging music, not listening in the evening. This is Mozart, happy classical music. Music to rise mood and encourage concentration, one example. Soothing and encouraging for mood, also Mozart, classical music for brain power, I like this. Music for relaxation and calming. Listen in situation when you want to relax. Can also be used as background music during your work. This is Beethoven for Elise. And thank you for your attention.
That was lovely, Vedrana, and the power of music in releasing stress, in calming us, and the kind of, you even gave so many kinds of music that we could listen to, you know, especially the one before going to bed. I think that was wonderful. And I, for one, believe in the power of music. I think it has a very therapeutic effect. So thank you so much. This was a surprise presentation, but it was very, very lovely. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Thank you, dear.
Yes. We have a young student, class 10 from Nepal, and he's been messaging me that he wants to say something. Samagya, I can allow you to speak only for 1 minute, my child, because we don't have so much time, and we have our guest of honor, you know, who has to speak. So you can, I'll give you 1 minute because you were insisting, and we like to, you know, give a chance to everyone. And it's nice and, you know, very refreshing having a young speaker, you know, sharing their views on a platform like this. So please go ahead, my child. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm a student of grade 10, and this is my first time, and I'm so nervous and I'm so excited also. And I'm from Nepal, and thank you so much that I'm also a partner of this learning community. And this is, we live in different corner of the country, but now we are able to connect with each other. This is a great platform for us. And today what I'm going to talk about is what is holding us back. That we do a lot of work hard, but what makes us holding us back? So my dad used to tell me that ability will take up you there, character will you keep up you there. Means when money is lost, nothing is lost, and when your health is lost, then something is lost. But when your character is lost, everything is lost. So there are lots of points that we don't have a lot of time, but I'm just going to tell some little points. And that is, I have some points. That is, we have like unwillingness to risk. Like I have one story, but we don't have so much time. Okay, I will just tell you in the short time. One person asked a farmer that have you planted a wheat, and the farmer told that I'm afraid of rain, so I have not planted. And again he asked, have you planted a corn? And again he told that I'm afraid of insect, that it would eat my plants, so I have not planted. And again he asked, and what have you planted? And the farmer replied, I have planted nothing. There's nothing. I need to play it safe. So that is the main point. And we have like instant gratification. When people want to be instant millionaires, they take shortcuts and they compromise on their integrity. So we look for our shortcuts, and winners, they analyze, they theorize, they sympathize, but they never rationalize. So I would like to tell you that what is meant by rationalize. Rationalize is the hope. That is the loser's option. Rationalize means loser's option. So like the examples of rationalizing is I'm unlucky, I'm handicapped, I'm too young, I'm too old, and I'm not so smart. And what if I had married that time only? Then I could tell something. That means rationalizing. So we have that recipe, and it's whether to choose that recipe or not. We have that choices. And success is like baking a cake. Unless you have just the right recipe, it's not going to work. So at last, guys, I would like to tell you that believe in yourself. So This much. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very, very encouraging. It was so wonderful to see a young girl speak so confidently, and you knew what you had to say, and you were very sure about what you had to say. So it was wonderful. We do wish that we had more time, and had I known, I would have given you a definite, a proper slot. But yes, even the surprise was wonderful. So just keep, sharing your thoughts like that on platforms like this. It's going to build up your confidence, and which you have loads of anyway. So amazing personality. And I do hope you're participating in the expressions of liberation that we have on the 16th. Please do. And please tell your teacher that you must participate. You were very good. All right. So now over to our guest of honor. Rashmi ji, it's your turn now. We want to listen to your views. What do you think about the speakers, what they shared? Just a little bit of a summing up. So over to you now.
Dear Alka, I must congratulate you and all the speakers about for bringing such an important issue to forefront, Mental health issues or mental health problems have been there since time immemorial. But, this is one thing that we have to thank COVID for, is that it has brought it out of, ignominy to the forefront. And now we are open to discussing about mental health issues. I mean, if you look at a body, mind is also a part of our body. And if there is a problem with it, why can't it be dealt in a rational manner, the way we deal with any other diseased part of the body? If you have stomach ache, you go to a doctor. If you have flu, you go to a doctor. Why can't we be more open and accepting about mental health issues? The beauty of all the speakers was that they all tried to make this one point, that mental health, there should be no stigma attached. There should be no shame attached to mental health. Mental health issues need to be brought out in open, and we need to discuss them. Alka, I would say mental health needs to be discussed not only in schools, it needs to be discussed in offices also. It needs to be discussed in social forums and in families too. Statistics tell us that one person in every 4, that means even out of the 23 people over here, maybe 4 or 5 of us are affected by mental health issues. So we should talk about it. We should be more aware about it. We should be more accepting of these issues. And unless we are accepting and unless we are aware, we will not be looking at the treatment of it. One of the speakers said a very beautiful thing, that once you accept it, only then you can treat it, and every mental health issue is treatable. There is a life beyond mental sickness. There is a life that is wholesome and productive beyond mental illness. People can be cured. People can lead normal life. We must have faith that all this can happen. But this again requires a lot of effort, lot of push from people like you who believe in these issues. Now, what can anybody do at their own level? At my own small level, what can I do? That is the question, how each one of us contributes a drop to fill up the ocean with kindness, empathy, and acceptance. We can begin by listening to people. Instead of judging people, instead of forming opinion, instead of shutting them down, instead of being shameful of them, and pushing them away, calling them names like weirdo, strange, and things like that, let us listen to them. Let us accept them. Let's have patience and let's have kindness for them. And let us treat it like a problem that needs to be cured rather than a lifelong shameful thing that needs to be shut away like it was for ages, for centuries. Mental health patients were institutionalized and shut away from society. So I think, Alka, a very good initiative, very timely initiative, and we must begin to work at all levels, not only in schools, but in offices, at homes. We must start this conversation and keep it going. Congratulations. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for those power words of inspiration, encouragement, and the fact that, you know, this topic is a topic of now. It's a topic of now, and we do not need to limit it to just schools, but we need to limit it beyond that to our immediate surroundings, which is very, very important. And, you know, every drop in the ocean counts. So even if we take small steps, teeny weeny steps, you know, I think we will, you know, sooner or later, it may take a little while, but sooner or later, with an optimistic approach and with that approach of a good life learner, a receptive life learner, not judging people, but trying to understand them, I'm sure we can definitely make the world a better place to live in. So thank you so much for those power thoughts. Yes, you're right. You were right. And as always, you say the best of things and the most profound of things, and they make a lot of sense. Thank you. Before we have the vote of thanks, I want to tell all of you, we have a little surprise. Now that you've been so patient and waiting, we have this, and Vedrana was talking about the powerful effects of music, you know, the calming effects of music. We have this little young girl from Albania. In fact, she is the daughter of Vajolika, Jenny Demas. She will be doing a little piano recital for all of us before we say goodbye and before Dheera says the vote of thanks. So, my dear darling, where are you, Jenny?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm seeing you now. I'm feeling even super duper fine. So let's have your little performance, my dear.
Okay, just a second to go to my room.
Okay. She's a very sweet young girl. She's in grade 7 and from Albania. She loves reading books, you know, music, and she plays the piano, she plays the guitar. I don't know, so many other things she's doing, very creative. And I think it is all because of the encouragement that she gets from her mentors, her mother, and she's a very good story narrator. You know, we had the story narration and she did a fantastic job. So she's a lovely young girl, and Vajolika, you have a beautiful daughter.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. That was brilliant, both to mommy and daughter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank you very much.
Marvelous. See, you're getting such a lot of comments. Wow. Denny, you are a sweet little girl. Please keep up your music practice. And in our next sessions, you must play more music for us. You'll do that?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic, my dear. Keep smiling always and keep learning, keep growing, and keep spreading fragrance wherever you go. Lots of love to you, my little one. Lots of love.
Thank you very much.
All right, Sudhira, it's over to you now. It's time for the final part of it.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, friends. Good evening, everyone. It's been
Is it my video or Dhira's?
We have lost contact with Dhira.
Oh. Okay. She's not even in the waiting room. All right, then. Thank you so much, everyone. I think I will only wrap it up. We had a fantastic time. We had learned about so many insights were shared, you know, from all of us, from all over the globe. So we got an idea, you know, of how one feels. But then, you know, you also realize that this is a problem which it's very global in nature. So if I'm feeling something like this, you know, some kind of a mental health issue, it's being faced by others in different countries. And we need to, you know, take action. And it's not very difficult. If we really want to do it, we can do it. It's just about taking the right action, a positive mindset, the right attitude, and having attitudes of gratitude, which is very important. And what Rashmi said about having that, you know, patience to listen to our friends rather than judging them and putting them down. I think these are the little things only that we have just, you know, taken for granted that can make the world a beautiful place to be in. To each and every one of you, Rashmi, you were outstanding always. And you're summing up and giving those valuable inputs about what everyone spoke was so wonderful, beautifully wrapped up, well articulated. Thank you so much. From Asnaha, from Fadila, to Dr. Dragon, Dr. Mutmanaya, Vajolika, Vedrana. Am I missing someone? I hope I'm not missing someone. Everyone, in fact, everyone, you all were remarkable. Sapna, the young girl, and that little girl from Nepal. You were so wonderful, my dear, and you were the surprise packet. And of course, our little Denny's piano recital and Reed's rendition of Make Me a Channel of Your Peace. Each and every one of you was just wonderful. And I think this is the things that we need to be actually grateful for, that we have so many friends, you know, with whom we can bond and make this world better and, you know, put smiles on one another's faces. So thank you so much. I'm getting goosebumps, you know, with whatever the kind of feelings that we've all been sharing. Thank you. Till we meet next time for the next Wireless Connect. Stay happy, stay safe, love and be loved, and let's make the world together a much better place to be in. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye.
Hasta mañana till
Bye-bye.
we meet again. Bye. Bye-bye, Jenny.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Vajolika.
Bye, dear. See you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Dr. Dragon. I can see you. Bye.
You got